Alright, everybody keeps asking me the sauce, the secret, Nick put me on game, tell me exactly how to do it. And I've made that huge video where I explain a bunch of knowledge that I can put into a YouTube video for you, and I'll link that down below. But I thought instead of, in this video just trying to dump years of training and diet knowledge and whatever, why don't I just tell you what my most successful clients do? The ones that get the best transformations, the ones that are the most ripped, the ones that are the strongest, whatever it is. What do they do? What do they all have in common? And it's really simple, but I'm also going to explain to you how to get there, how to develop that. Because at the end of the day, it is consistency. They're the ones that are constantly showing me their food. Even if it's a bad day, even if it's a day where they go way over their calories or they have an off meal, whatever it is, they're still showing me their food. They're hitting their training sessions. Or if they're not hitting, if they have to miss a day because something comes up, then they're just going to push it back to the next day and they're going to get it in. It is just consistency at the end of the day. And finding what separates those people apart from the other people that are maybe less consistent, at the end of the day, I think it really comes down to their why. Why are they doing this? And I think my favorite one is, obviously you want to do it for yourself. Like for me, truthfully, it was pulling myself out of being in a shitty spot where I had all of this ambition, all of these thoughts, but I had no action, and then it was just creating all this anxiety, and I was not happy with my body. I was not happy with my life. But it doesn't always have to come from pain, which is my point. It doesn't always have to come from a painful spot. I have dads that maybe have great careers, great families, whatever, but then they just want to do it to be a better example for their kids. Like, I want you to think about this. And granted, I'm not a father yet, but I think about this too. Like, if you have a child, or you have, somebody you care about, whatever, you want what's best for them. You want them to chase their dreams. You want them to live to their full potential. You want them to take everything that life has to offer and live life to the fullest and get everything they've desired. But yet, most people want that for other people, but they can't do it themselves. Like, how are you going to sit there and tell your kids or your friend or your girl, whatever, to go chase their dreams, but then you're not going to do that too? Or to work hard, but you're not going to do that too? Or to be disciplined and be consistent, but you're not going to do that too? Like, who does that make you? Who does that make you if you are not going to lead by example? It's the same thing as, like, somebody tells you, oh, you gotta make sure you do this, but they're not doing that. They're not living their life like that. So you take it with a grain of salt. You're like, fuck what that guy says. It's gonna be the same thing if you are trapped in this body that maybe you are or are not happy with, but you've got the dad bod, you're getting winded going upstairs, and you're essentially a shell of what you used to be, and that is a lot of other people's words, not mine. I get that all the time, where it's like, I just want to be half as good as I was before, which, by the way, fuck that. You can be better than you were before. But the thing is like, You're going to tell other people to take care of themselves. It's important to exercise. It's important to take care of your health, but you're not going to do the same thing. See, the problem is, and this does not mean to be selfish, but how much you care about other people, how much you want other people to succeed, how much you want other people to be successful in what they want to accomplish, you need to feel that same way about yourself. And it's not just feeling that way, it is taking that action every day. Stop letting yourself down. Stop telling yourself, oh, I'm going to start in a couple days. Oh, I'm going to get on track soon or whatever. No, like, start right now. If you're not already working on it, start right now. Or if you are working on it, but you just can't stay consistent, find your why. Why is this important to you? Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to? It's not just like, because here's where I was. I was like always telling myself like, oh, I know I want more than this. I know my purpose is bigger than this. I know that this is not what I want. I know that I don't just want to be like average. I don't just want to be complacent. I don't just want to be comfortable. I don't just want to live my life by the same routine every day and feeling sluggish and getting tired and just growing old. And just like, I noticed that in myself, like as soon as high school ended, bro, it was just constant. Every day it was like sluggish, tired, like what the fuck am I doing? Life just happening to me just going about the day aimlessly, no direction. And I knew something had to change, but I didn't know how to do it. And that's the most important thing, is whatever you're going to do, just stay consistent on it and stay consistent long enough. Wake up every day, and you don't have to be motivated, but when you have a purpose and you remind yourself of that purpose. And a lot of people will say, like, don't do this to prove other people wrong, whatever, but you can do that if it fuels you, if it gives you fuel and energy to go after your goals, then do it. Everybody that said that you're not going to be shit, or that you can't be in shape again, or, all the guys that sit around once they're past 25 or 30 and they're just like, no, yeah, must be nice it'd be nice to be in shape again, but, they're never going to do it. And you don't want to be in that crowd of people. You want to be the exception. You want to be, not the exception, but whatever the example. You want to be the ripped guy, the ripped dad. You want to grow up, be healthy, or you want to hop on a bodybuilding stage and compete, whatever it is. Whatever it is, bro. It just has to mean a lot to you, because all of those people that are insanely consistent, they have a why, it is important to them, and they wake up, and no matter how they feel, they just put the inputs in. It's the same thing. And look, like, you don't want to treat this as work if you hate your work, but you need to think about it like this. No matter how you feel, you still show up to work because you have to. It is the same thing, bro. If this is important to you, if you want to be healthy, you have to wake up every day. And it's not a if you're feeling it. It is a have to if you want to get to your goal, if it means enough to you. That's why I ask everybody, before I even have the initial consult with somebody, before I talk to them, I ask how important this is. And I better fucking get a 10. Before, like, some people, I'd be like, all right, an 8's okay, a 9's okay. I want fucking 10s. I want 10 out of 10. This is a priority. I am committed. I want this. If somebody tells me a 7, I'm like, all right, get back to me later. You're not ready. Commit to yourself. People have commitment issues nowadays, and they just search for like happiness in things that are so superficial. Like, actually have a fucking purpose, have a reason why, go after it, and show up every day. That is the secret. That's the sauce. Show up. Doesn't matter if it's not your best day. It is just showing up every day for yourself or for your family or whoever it is you care about. But if you do want the science, the tactics, all of that shit, I will leave it below. But if you are not ready to commit, don't even watch it. But when you're ready to commit, I believe in you. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. I gotta bounce.